guys, I hope you're all well. Today I'm going to be doing Jenson's 6-month update, which makes me so emotional. I feel like I say this every time, but 6 months is half a year. So, you know, it's gone in absolutely no time. It's been so quick the past 6 months. I just know the next 6 months are going to fly by, and then he'll be 1 and he won't be a baby anymore, he'll be a toddler, and it's very emotional. He turned 6 months on Valentine's Day, the 14th of Feb. So at the time of filming this, today's the 24th, so he is 6 months and 10 days old. I did do a blog post when he had just turned 6 months, so I'll link that below. So if you want to know kind of where he was at exactly when he turned 6 months, have a look at that. Whereas this is going to be where he's at 6 months and 10 days, because I can't really remember if there's stuff that he's doing now that he wasn't doing at exactly 6 months, or you know, so I'm just going to do it from this point in time. So we will start with sleep. Sleep is always the big thing with babies, isn't it? With babies, with toddlers, with everyone, we all love our sleep. So Jenson has just been really hit or miss the last month or so. Really hit or miss. We have some nights where he'll go down at 7 and he won't wake up until 3. When he'll wake up, have a bottle, 6 ounces of milk, go straight back off to sleep, and he'll go through again till about 7. Those are our good nights. Other nights, he'll go down at 7, he'll be up again at 9:30, he'll be up again at 12, he'll be up again at 2, 4, like there's just no routine to it, and feeding each of those times. The majority of the time, he wakes 2 to 3 times. It's usually, he'll go down at 7, he'll wake again for a dream feed around 10:30, 11, although I don't even know if you can call it a dream feed, because he's woken, it's not like I'm waking him or I'm feeding him in his sleep, but it's that kind of time. And then again about, I don't know, 2-ish, that's his usual, like waking twice, about 10, 11 and about 2, and then he'll wake up properly for the day about 6:30, 7. Sometimes he'll throw another wake up at like 4, 5 in there as well, and then maybe go through until 8. So yeah, it's been a bit of a pain, and that's kind of how it's been, I'd say, for the last month. We have had, like I said, good nights, and we've had really bad nights. We've had the odd night where he hasn't settled with milk, and I think because we started weaning, which I talk about as well, maybe it's indigestion, or I don't know, but that's very rare. Normally he does just wake, feed, and go straight back to sleep. Sometimes I can pop a dummy in his mouth and he'll go back to sleep, and he'll skip that feed, but he still always wakes up at least once or twice a night. He's still in our room. He's in his sleepy head, still the baby one, which is getting way too small for him. We hopefully have the next stage one upcoming soon, but he's in his small sleepy head in the bedside crib in our room. I know at 6 months they say it's fine to move them. I know a lot of people move them earlier, but I just think if he's waking up loads, it's so much easier just to kind of get him while he's there rather than going to the next room, even though I know that if he's in his own room, he might start sleeping through because maybe it's our noise that's waking him up, although I don't know. He's having a bottle each time, and I've tried him with other things, and only milk will settle him, so I don't think it is us that's waking him. I think it's just because he wants that milk. So that's his current sleep setup. During the day, he tends to nap twice, so I don't know when we're going to move him. Maybe when the big sleepy head comes, because it doesn't fit in the bedside crib, I'll have no choice but to put him in his cot, which will be in his room. Yeah, I don't know. I'm just going to kind of take it as it comes. I'm in no rush to move him while he's still waking up quite a lot. During the day, he is having 2 naps. So he's napping at the moment, and it's, what time? 11 o'clock. He went down at 10 o'clock, I think. I feel like he's been asleep for much longer, but no, it's only been an hour. Yesterday he napped for 2.5 hours. Today's been an hour so far, but he has been staring a little bit, so it might be much shorter than that. But normally it is about 2 hours, and then normally 1 to 2 hours in the afternoon. The afternoon nap does seem to be a bit shorter, but again, there's not really much of a routine there. I feel like when I was doing his like 2-month update, 3-month update, he'd slept through the night, only like once or twice, but he'd done it. We were in a really good routine where he would like feed every 3 hours, sleep every 3 hours as well, and we were so routine, and I don't know if I just got lazy because we were in that routine, and you know, if maybe he missed something, I just thought, oh well, you know, he's got a routine, so I don't mind missing it this one time, and I just completely let it slip. I don't know, I just feel like when I look back at that stage and I compare it to now, I'm like, what has happened? I have no idea. So last week we did the Johnson's 3-step bedtime routine. This isn't associated with them whatsoever. I did work with them on a blog post. So again, if you look at my blog, you'll see I've done 2 blog posts, one at the beginning of the challenge and one at the end. So I'm not going to really talk about it now. Like I said, this video isn't like associated with them or anything. But it was basically a 3-step routine of bath, massage and quiet time. And we did see some improvements, but like I said, he's still not sleeping through the night. So do check that out if you want some tips and advice. I know it worked really, really well for some people. For us, it did work and it gave me some great advice. Firstly, that I don't really need to feed him during the night. He is having so much milk, which I'll talk about next. But he's having so much milk, he's weaning now. He doesn't need that milk in the night, but I'm really struggling to not give it to him. Another thing was, instead of giving him his milk, I mean, I used to just give him his bottle in bed and leave him, and he would feed himself and fall asleep, and I'd check on him. But then I started to have quiet time with him, so I would feed him on the bed, then put him in to his crib and he would fall asleep. But now I'm trying to give him his bottle and then do the bedtime routine and put him down with no milk, so he's not associating going to sleep with milk, he's just associating it with however he manages to get himself off to sleep, like his dummy or the lights on the ceiling or the music. So that's something that I learned, and yeah, that's it. Those are the main things. It's mainly centred around his milk. So we'll see. This is another thing. I have tried giving him water when he wakes. He has the water and then just fusses and fusses until I give him milk. So maybe if I persist with that, but yeah, the first time I tried it, it didn't really work. Okay, so feeding. Jenson is still on formula. He has Aptamil. He has 6 ounces per bottle. At the moment, he's having about 5 bottles a day. So even though he now has 3 meals a day, he's still having all of that milk. He's also having 6 ounces at each feed during the night. So yeah, he has 5 bottles of milk, and in between those bottles, he has 3 meals. He feeds himself his bottles. I've actually just ordered him a sippy cup because we only got Jasper off the bottle about a month ago and he's almost 3. During the day, he has cups, he has sports bottles and things like that. And drinks through a straw and stuff. But at night time, he was still having that 1 bottle. So yeah, I know that 6 months is the time that your baby doesn't need the bottles anymore. I would normally say like around 1 is when I would stop, because that's when you go into cow's milk, so it's kind of like the next level. But I just thought, he's weaning now, he holds a bottle really, really well, like he's really good at holding it. So I've got him one of those Miracle 360 cups. It's arriving tonight with my food shop. And it's just one of those ones that it's got like an inverted lid, and when you put pressure on it, the milk comes out, or the water, whatever's in it. And it's got handles, so yeah, it will teach him to use a cup. And I'm hoping that if I give him that with water with his meals, I can then maybe start to give him his milk in that, and then give him his evening milk with that as well. And it will kind of take away the whole like comfort association of milk. And maybe in turn, that will make him stop waking up for a bottle, because if he's so used to a cup, and it won't be like that comforting thing anymore. That's my plan anyway. So yes, weaning is going really, really well. I have done one video, like an introduction video, which I'll link below. He started doing purees, it was going really well, and then all of a sudden, he just closed his mouth. Like, he would just be like this. Anytime I tried to put a spoon in, he just wasn't interested whatsoever, but he liked holding things. So I started giving him a few finger foods, and also he was on a baby chair, so he was reclining a bit. So a lot of people commented on my video and on, I think it was on my Instagram, say like, get him a high chair because he'll be upright and he'll be more likely to want to eat. So I've got him a high chair, he now sits up, and all of a sudden he likes purees again. He prefers to feed himself, so I'll give him, you know, fruit sticks, vegetable sticks, wafers, bits of toast. He hasn't had rice cakes yet, but he's had like biscuits. All sorts. Yeah, he has breakfast, lunch and dinner, snacks sometimes in between, 5 bottles of milk a day, and anything from 1 to 3 bottles of milk during the night. And by milk, I mean formula. So that's that on his sleep and on his food and on things like that. And then onto his like size and appearance and stuff like that. He's now gone into 6 to 9 months clothes, which fit him perfectly, so I don't think he'll be in them until he's 9 months, because he is such a big boy. Since he started weaning, he's just like got these chunky thighs, and he's got a belly and this double chin, and yeah, he's a big boy. A lot more people now are saying that he looks like Pete, although I still think he really looks like me. I think just because he hasn't got the almond-shaped eyes that Pete and Reese and Jasper have got, and even though I don't really have rounded eyes, I just think, well, he doesn't have that from Pete, so he must look like me. I don't know. He's still got really long eyelashes. His eyes are going kind of like a browny green. They're getting more colour, because before they were just black like a teddy bear. His hair's getting thicker now. He still scratches his head like crazy, so if anyone's got any advice, I always put him to bed with mittens on, or like the baby grows that have built-in ones, because mittens he just pulls off. Socks he pulls off. He still gets his hands out, so he always has scratches on his head. I try to keep it moisturised so it's not itchy. I don't know what it is, and then you know when you have that real like mum wobble when you start going crazy and thinking like, maybe he's got a headache, or maybe he's got some kind of like, I don't know, like something's wrong in his brain and he's rubbing it and that's why, but no, I'm sure he's absolutely fine. And then onto his personality, he is such a happy boy. He giggles, he laughs, he's always smiling. He rolls over, which he's been doing for ages anyway, but now he can do a complete 360. You leave him on one side of the room, he can get to the other side just from like rolling and flipping around. He's not crawling yet, but I just put that down to the fact that his belly's so big and it's in the way, because he really like, it's like he's skydiving. He kind of like humps a little bit, so he always manages to get around, but he humps a bit and always manages to get around. Yeah, he always manages to like move around the room, but just from rolling and doing 360s and stuff. And also he's sitting up now. I can't believe I almost forgot that one. Yeah, he started sitting up pretty much as soon as he turned 6 months, maybe 6 months and a few days. He's still very wobbly, you can't leave him, but yeah, he's really, really strong. So you can put a toy in front of him and he'll, you know, he's really interested in toys now, so he'll press the buttons and pull things, and he's just so grown up. But yeah, sitting up has been the major milestone of 6 months, and I'm pretty sure that 7 months is going to see crawling, because he is just so close. But not that I'm willing it to happen, because I know it's just going to be a lot more hard work and I want him to stay my baby forever. But yeah, I think that will probably be the next thing. Things that he likes, just everything. He's such a happy baby. He loves his food, he loves his bottle, he loves cuddles, he loves his brothers. He loves it when I go like on his thighs and on his tummy. He really, really laughs when I do that. He's just so happy. Oh, he's moved up to his big boy seat in his pushchair, so he's no longer in the bassinet. He's in an actual seat, which is crazy. And sometimes I have it completely up and he like looks around, and he's just too grown up. Things that he doesn't like. He has actually become a little bit clingy and doesn't like to be put down, whereas before you could just leave him and he would be absolutely fine. Now he's very, he's getting a bit more demanding. Not a lot more demanding, but just a little bit, so it's fine. But yeah, I've noticed it a lot more now, like if I want to cook dinner and stuff, he actually makes it a little bit difficult for me. Yeah, I've noticed it now, like if I'm trying to tidy or cook dinner, sometimes I can't just give him a dummy or a toy, he just wants to be cuddled. So yeah, I think that's like separation anxiety starting to kick in maybe. Well, that's it, that's Jenson at 6 months. My battery's about to die, my memory card's about to run out, and I feel myself like I need to clear my throat, so I'm gonna end it there. Please do check out all the links that I mentioned below in my description box. Give this a big fat thumbs up if you liked it. Subscribe if you haven't already. Click the notification bell so you get notifications to your device as soon as I upload. Comment, let me know how your little ones are getting on, if you've got any advice, any tips, any questions. Thank you for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye!